I defended the TikTok nurses. These videos of the nurses doing their silly little dances, I defended them. And then when we get one of the most disturbing and offensive TikTok dances, Cringe no less, people accused me of pandering for Trump or something, or being red-pilled or whatever, because apparently it's only conservatives that are criticizing nurses for doing these ridiculous things. No, I'm sorry. You're wrong. Let me break it down for you. What you're seeing on the screen is a bunch of nurses carrying a corpse, or what's supposed to be one, dancing with a dead body. They thought it was funny. What we're witnessing is TikTok nurse race to the bottom. Early on, several nurses did some silly dances, and those videos went viral. And a bunch of conservatives did start saying, what is this? And the reason they did was because they're like, I thought these hospitals were overwhelmed. How is it these nurses are all dancing around when these hospitals are supposed to be overwhelmed? The answer is actually quite simple. A doctor actually chimed in and said, listen, we have a few minutes before or during a shift where we film a 30-second video. It's not that big of a deal. In one video where they did a stupid dance, the guy, the lead of the shift or whatever said, we didn't even start our shift yet, and we were all showing up. We decided to do a little dance in the courtyard. Those are fine. And I defended them. But what's happening now is because of the viral fame, we are seeing viral fame chasers. These TikTok nurses are now trying to one-up each other in the most ridiculous and absurd ways to try and get some kind of virality. And it ends with them doing something so ridiculous, a rational person says, dude, stop. What is wrong with you people? Look at this. It's a bunch of nurses doing that. You know that meme of the guys carrying the coffin and they dance with it? That's apparently what they're supposed to be doing. They thought it was funny to carry a bag in a body in a plastic bag and bounce around with it during a time when people's loved ones are dying. Oh, congratulations on your viral fame, you lunatics. This is the problem. You want to do a little dance, boost your morale? I don't care about that. I defended that. But they're just trying to get fame now. Some of them are downright ridiculous and stupid. In one of them, they're like playing the Titanic music and they're just like rowing themselves on a bed as someone pushes them. I'll tell you what, man. You want to talk about having a few minutes between a shift or something where you can dance? I got no problem. You want to go get a bunch of PPE gear, put it on, climb on top of a stretcher, have someone push you down the halls and stage this whole thing. You are not blowing off steam or boosting morale. I'm sorry. Drop it. But of course, it's falling down to tribal issues. Let me show you this article, show you the criticism, and I'll show you what people are trying to defend it with. No. Look at this. April 23rd, Metro. Killjoys want NHS staff to stop morale-boosting TikTok dances. Morale boosting. No, I got no problem with the dancing. The problem I have is with the escalation of desperate virality, where they're actually now dedicating time in their day to do some stupid choreographed BS when they shouldn't be. Blow off steam, go do it. I, again, defended that. Stop trying to act like the only people who are mad about this are killjoys or Trump supporters. Look at this story. Dancing nurses carrying what appears to be a bagged corpse labeled COVID-19 are featured in a new TikTok video, which has been slammed online for being in poor taste. The 4 nurses are not identified, and there is no indication the body they are carrying is real. However, the video has drawn harsh criticism, as well as some support for the nurses, by some suggesting the patient in the footage is supposed to represent the coronavirus and that the frontline healthcare workers had beat the disease. I don't care what they think it represents. People are dying right now. We're all being locked away. Our businesses are being shut down because we're supposed to be fighting this invisible scourge. So you want to make a funny joke about carrying a dead body. You could have carried a fake virus, not a corpse. They say the footage is believed to have been filmed in the hospital in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And there's the photo. You can see more of it. Of course, the people are wearing masks. The footage also appears similar to a dancing Ghanaian pallbearers meme, being used as a morbid but tongue-in-cheek reminder for people to stay home during the outbreak. Oh, is that what they thought they were doing? So far, there have been 1,097,209 confirmed cases in the U.S. of the coronavirus, which has been blamed for 63,836 deaths. That's the point right there. I see people on Twitter fighting for tribal reasons. The lockdown must remain in place. People are losing their lives. The lockdown must be reopened. People are starving. Look, we gotta slowly reopen things. We gotta figure things out. But you have a serious problem right now, and tact plays a huge role in this. I understand these nurses want to boost their morale. This is not that. Stop making excuses for bad behavior. The first few videos were fine. The other issue is, should the morale boosting videos be appropriate at any rate or at all? I would argue I ultimately don't really care if someone wants to dance on video, but I do think it's inappropriate. You know why? Right now, people are scared. There are conspiracy theories running rampant about 5G and the hospitals not really being overwhelmed and all this other stuff. The last thing we need are for nurses to go into the parking lot and do stupid dances to get clicks on TikTok, which is some Chinese social media app. I don't even believe the views are real. I gotta be honest with you. I think it's all fake, propped up to make it seem like it's popular, and that is playing into legitimate popularity. It's an old social media tactic for boosting, their user counts. Should people be doing this? Short answer, easy, no. I understand. You want to do morale? You want morale boosted? Okay, go ahead and dance. Why do you have to film it? It's freaking people out. They don't seem to get it. Here's what it says. Among the critics who say they couldn't stomach the footage was YouTuber Blair White. The dancing was one thing. I stomached it and told myself they need to blow off steam. This is gross, said White, who goes by the handle Miss Blair White and has 307,000 followers. Twitter user Brian Holan tweeted that he had served in the military and could appreciate gallows humor when it comes to working in difficult conditions. Yeah, I got no problem with making jokes, right? You want to make a gag and do a joke, that's fine. I don't care if it's a morbid joke. The issue is, that makes me angry. They're all trying to one-up each other. It is a race to the bottom to make the most shocking and ridiculous content. We've seen it with YouTube and social media, and there's a reason why YouTube put a stop to a lot of this. People kept trying to escalate the kind of absurd content they were making. They were making videos where they're getting into fights on purpose. Now we're seeing this. Because people kept defending this, they've gone to the point now where they're dancing with corpses. I hope you're happy. There's a line, you know. He says, the guy who says he can appreciate gallows humor says, however, they have to realize the average person sees it differently. If you are going to do this kind of humor, fine, just keep it to yourselves. A Twitter user known as NJP called the video tasteless. A little downtime is a chat or a laugh with your colleagues on your breaks, not choreographing juvenile dances when people are dying in the same building. It's tasteless. Oh, and by all means, do you want to come out and argue that no one's really dying in your hospital and you weren't really busy? Fine, you're making things worse. Twitter user Lion Cub, who has worked in emergency rooms, agreed with the criticisms. I agree with you 1,000%. I've worked in ERs, in inner city hospitals, and on crises teams. I know the value of gallows humor as self-preservation, but they shouldn't have put it out there on social media. The Twitter user who goes by the handle Elf212 wrote, another user, Jeff Runyon, expressed his disapproval with a picture of a man holding a sign that says, arrest TikTok nurses. And not really, but come on. Runyon, who claims to be former CIA, probably not, mind you, made the post going by the handle, blah, blah, blah. We don't need to know those handles. Nurses get and need downtime and a little fun to blow off steam. You can't be hard at work and serious at all times. It's good for the body or the mind, the Twitter user wrote. Some people were defending them. This person said, these nurses need to be fired. No one can say this is old. What is written on Spit Shield's mask? A Twitter user calling himself Roman Carr on a virus wrote that he believed the nurses were celebrating victory over the virus. Look, I get it. I don't care what they were intending to show us. I don't even care about the rest of the dancing. The point is, it's gone too far. All right. Early on, we can tolerate this stuff. And I said, yeah, so what? They got a few minutes. What's the big deal? But now there is kind of a big deal because people are using these videos as proof. These people are certainly not busy. You know why? It's the escalation. If you have one simple video where they're dancing, okay, we get it. Someone pulled up their phone and said, everybody do a dance. Got it. And it took 10 seconds. What about the choreography, the planning? Okay, what video should we do because we're doing literally nothing? Right now, people are going to hospitals in New York and they're filming empty hospitals. And people are then saying there's no real crisis, but the reality is some areas are overloaded. It's not every single hospital everywhere. This is how the nurses have time to do this. It's not morale boosting. It's not about having some few minutes of downtime. They're lying. Many of the hospitals aren't overwhelmed and many are completely overwhelmed. And the ones that aren't overwhelmed are staging this complete and utter nonsense. Now I get to deal with trying to talk down conspiracy theorists who are convinced. These people aren't working at all. And people who are convinced there's no crisis. There is. 63,000 people have lost their lives, and this is making everything worse. So, no, we're not going to arrest the TikTok nurses. No, ultimately, fine, still do your dances. But someone at some point has to call them out for the escalation and the race to the bottom of tasteless tasteless content. You can tell I'm really frustrated by this, and it's because I feel like I feel like by defending this initially, now I should have called it out sooner. I feel stupid having said it's no big deal, because the real issue is that we're not going. This is not ending here. All right. While the rest of us are dealing with the very serious consequences, these people are treating it like it's nothing. And everyone else, these other articles are trying to defend them that they're just morale boosting. No, they're not, dude. They're viral fame chasers on TikTok. It's fake. It's fake news. Okay? They just want to be famous. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out some of these people aren't even nurses. You put on a stupid nurse outfit, go in a room that you can't really tell what it is, and do a dumb dance, and you get clicks on TikTok. It didn't start with them. It started with other nurses who were making videos that were equally as annoying, but you get the point. I'll leave it there. I got a couple more segments coming up for you in a few minutes, and I will see you all shortly.